What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Bluebird Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it looks like Sergey Kovalev, WBO light heavyweight champion, could be on a collision course to face Mexican superstar SAUL Canelo Alvarez, who's currently the WBA middleweight champion at 160 pounds. Saul Canelo Alvarez was looking to move up to 175 pounds and challenge Sergey Kovalev for his WBO title. But Anthony Yarde, rising British light heavyweight star, refused to take step-aside money so that the two could get it on. Sergey Kovalev had to honor his mandatory, which was Yarde. He got through that challenge today, stopping Anthony Yarde in the 11th round with a jab. Anthony Yarde just lacked the experience, right? He lacked the experience. His approach to the game was all wrong. His approach to big fights was all wrong, in my opinion. His approach to the sport of boxing at this point in time, to me, is all wrong, right? When it comes to big fights, what you do, while you're facing, I want to say no disrespect to these boxers, because like I state all the time, these guys, every time they step through the ropes, they put their life on the line. So I don't want to disrespect them. So I'll say he's facing a lot of green competition, right? But when you step up to blue chip competition, you need blue chip type of coaching. You need blue chip type of preparation. You need blue chip type of mindset, right? You can't take it lightly, right? And so I believe that his approach, was all wrong. Thus seeing him get stopped in the 11th round due to fatigue, not sparring, not properly preparing yourself. He was stopped, right? Now, moving fast forward to the next challenge for Sergey Kovalev, looks like it's going to be Saul Canelo Alvarez. I understand why Canelo Alvarez is looking forward to this fight, is because we already knew that Sergey Kovalev is weak to the body. Andre Ward exploited that in the last fight with him. He stopped him to the body. But even in the first fight, he was having much success in that to the body. Bernard Hopkins had some success when targeting Sergey Kovalev's body. He just wasn't able to finish the task. So did guys like Jean Pascal, right? They had moments where they showed you that if you could get to his body, he's weak to the body, and that's where he's vulnerable. That's where he's most vulnerable, and he'll give it up. Anthony Yarde exploited that even further today, right? Later Alvarez stopped him, but that wasn't so much to the body. It was much more of a counter overhand rights that he kept landing, and Kovalev just never made the adjustments. But once he got with Buddy McGirt, he made the necessary adjustments. So with that said, he's still weak to the body, right? And Anthony Yarde today, as he aged, it gets weaker. He's not going to get stronger to the body as he ages. He's just going to get weaker. And so Anthony Yarde today further highlighted that he's weak to the body, because the 7th and 8th round looked like Sergey Kovalev wasn't even going to get out of those rounds, right? And we might not even see a big mega fight between Kovalev and Canelo Alvarez, right? But like I stated, lack of experience, being too green, Anthony Yarde wasn't able to pass the test. Kovalev got through the test, right? It was rough, rugged, but he got through it, right? With that said, Canelo Alvarez is going to target the body. I know a lot of people, including myself, feel like Canelo Alvarez moving up 2 more weight classes. He's not that big of a guy. He's short, he's stocky, he's pretty bulky, but he's not that big of a guy. If you ever see him in person, you look at Triple G compared to Canelo Alvarez, the size difference was enormous, right? And imagine, Kovalev is way bigger than Gennady Triple G Golovkin. So, when people are going to highlight the size, the jump up in weight class, he fought 68. He fought Rocky Fielding at 68. Rocky Fielding, the size difference was enormous. It was even bigger than the Gennady Golovkin situation, right? And but Rocky Fielding didn't come to fight. So Canelo Alvarez passed that test with flying colors. It's going to be a whole different ballgame with Kovalev in the beginning. But Canelo Alvarez is going to weather the storm. And I'm predicting by the 5th round, he's going to stop Sergey Kovalev. Because Canelo Alvarez's body attack is going to be relentless. Canelo Alvarez upper body movement is great. His feet sometimes look like it's in quicksand, but his upper body movement, is quick. His hand speed is quick. His bending ability, he twists and turns, he bend, in the pocket. He's quick. He has quick hands. So but a key about this is Canelo Alvarez has stamina issues as well, right? And he's going to have to work to get on the inside. Kovalev is going to display that jab again like he did against Yarde. Yarde had no answer for that jab. He was snapping Yarde head back like a bobblehead, right? Like a rock'em sock'em robot with that jab. He's going to have a significant arm reach over Canelo Alvarez, a significant size advantage over Canelo Alvarez. So he'll be able to use that and fight Canelo Alvarez at distance. But Kovalev, too, has stamina issues. And when he fades, Canelo Alvarez is going to work on the inside. He's going to work his way on to get into the inside. Canelo Alvarez is going to be resilient. He's going to be, hell-bent on getting on the inside. He's going to be focused on creating history for himself and becoming a 4-division world champion, right? This is the reason why Canelo Alvarez is seeking out Sergey Kovalev, because he feels like he's the weak link as far as the champions go at the light heavyweight division. And he feels like he could exploit that, create history, carve out another notch in the legacy book for himself, by becoming a 4-division world champion. He's been the world champion at 154, at 160, 68, beating Rocky Fielding for the belt. And now he beat Sergey Kovalev at 75. He'll be a 4th-division world champion, joining the likes of Oscar De La Hoya, I believe, Juan Manuel Marquez. There's a handful of guys that achieved this feat. Not too many Mexicans have achieved this. So Canelo Alvarez is trying to, carve his name out in that Mount Rushmore of Mexican great fighters, right? And to do so, to beat Kovalev, especially Kovalev coming off a great win, gathering himself after that 7th and 8th round, looked like where he was going to be stopped. And then stopping Anthony Yarde, right? Anthony Yarde was clearly the more athletic, the fresher, the faster, stronger fighter tonight. But he exploited. Kovalev his experience got him through. He was able to bounce back, correct his wrongs, not allow Yarde to get on the inside, take advantage of Yarde having stamina issues, and ultimately stopping Yarde, right? So that's a big win. He came back he lost to Yarde Alvarez. He came back to avenge that loss in dramatic fashion, beating Yarde Alvarez from round 1 to round 12 in unanimous decision victory after Yarde Alvarez stopped him the fight before. And most people thought, listen, it's over for Kovalev. He revamped himself in that situation. Then to come back and beat Anthony Yarde and having to weather the storm in that 7th and 8th round, that's a huge fight for Canelo Alvarez to notch that in his book, especially beating Gennady Golovkin, right? I'm sure Canelo Alvarez is going to have to make his way, should he beat Sergey Kovalev, he's going to have to make his way back down to 60. He's just too small to campaign at 75 and 68 against those monsters. I can't see Canelo Alvarez beating Caleb Plant. I can't see him beating David Benavidez. I can't see him beating either of those guys, right? I can't see him beating Bivol. I just can't. He just can't compete with. They're just too big and they're fresh. They're not Sergey Kovalev. They're not gonna have the weaknesses, the glaring weaknesses that Kovalev has, that he possesses right now, right? And then they don't have the age he has. He's 36, going on 37 years of age. They're not. They're fresh. So they're going to be able to compete with Canelo Alvarez, right? And he's not going to be able to compete with them not too long because size is going to play a part. There's weight classes for a reason. But when it comes to Kovalev, I understand the weakness he sees. I understand the glaring hole that Kovalev has. And Canelo Alvarez is going to exploit it. He's going to target his body early and often. And by the 5th round, he's going to stop Kovalev in dramatic fashion. That's going to be the end of Sergey Kovalev. He's going to retire after that. It's going to be a big money fight for him. It's going to be a big spectacle, a huge event. And like I said, it's going to be a huge payday for Kovalev as well. And that's going to be it, man. That's going to be the last fight for him. Canelo Alvarez is gonna pull it off. He's gonna stop him to the body prior to the fifth. By the fifth round, the fight is gonna be over. Then he's gonna have to go back down and answer those Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, 68, Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. You know, he's gonna have to answer those bells. But as far as Kovalev goes, I'm hearing the rumored date is November 2nd for Kovalev versus Canelo Alvarez. But he's gonna stop Canelo Alvarez, and people are not gonna recognize that that Kovalev is a older gentleman. When as far as it goes with the history books, when you look 20 years from now, all you're gonna see is Kovalev bounce back for the later Alvarez fight, beating Alvarez, and he dug deep, weathered the storm in that 7th, 8th round against Yarde, knocked Yarde out, and then took on Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez will beat him like he conquered the mountain. He'll get all the glory, and then he'll have to answer those other questions at middleweight and at super middleweight. But I'm hearing the date is possible for November 2nd. That's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share this video. That's all I got for y'all. Seems like Sergey Kovalev versus SAUL Canelo Alvarez will take place in November. That's all I got for y'all, man. Peace.